Longtime local attorney says Houck's $10 million bond is one of the highest he's seen.
WDRB's Darby Bean digs into that part of the story and the type of murder charge that Houck is facing.
Brooks Houck, seen here in handcuffs heading into the Nelson County Jail, ended up with 2 mugshots Wednesday. This one in an orange jumpsuit taken after his move to the Hardin County Detention Center, where he's currently being held, charged with murder and tampering with evidence in connection to the disappearance of his former girlfriend, Crystal Rogers.
In my experience, this case has generated as much publicity as any as I can recall.
Longtime attorney Thomas Clay has worked in law nearly 50 years and notes this is a complicated case that in the past 8 years has generated a lot of public interest.
And it's also involved several different law enforcement agencies in investigating and trying to find out what actually happened here.
That includes the FBI, although Houck's charges have been brought in state court, not federal. The special prosecutor on the case is Hardin County Commonwealth's attorney Shane Young.
I've known Shane for a long time. He's one of the most outstanding prosecutors I've ever known. And if he's charged this guy and asked the court to set this kind of bond, I'm sure he has compelling reasons for making that request.
That bond is $10 million.
It's one of the highest bonds I've seen in my history.
Potential evidence the FBI or other investigators have found has not been made public, but Clay says some information will likely be shared as this proceeds.
There's going to be stuff made part of the public record. The prosecution has an obligation to disclose some portions of the evidence.
Clay says if someone is convicted of murder in Kentucky, there's a range of sentencing possibilities.
It's 20 years up to life or life without parole or the death penalty, depending on whether there are aggravating factors that justify the imposition of the death penalty.
Like many in the Bardstown community, Clay says there are questions that for years continue to be unanswered.
And hopefully, as this case progresses, some of those questions will be answered and some of the issues can be put to rest about what was going on down there in Nelson County.
Reporting with photojournalist Jeff Gordon, Darby Bean, WDRB News.